Ryan Day is at a critical juncture in his tenure as head coach of Ohio State football, a position that carries immense prestige and equally immense pressure. Despite an impeccable record of double-digit win seasons since taking over in 2019, Day's inability to secure victories against Michigan, Ohio State's biggest rival, has turned his role into one of the most scrutinized in college football. Saturday's shocking 13-10 loss to Michigan, a team mired in a disappointing 6-5 season, has cast an even darker shadow over his future with the Buckeyes. The Michigan problem under Day's leadership: Ohio State has lost to Michigan 4 years in a row. Each defeat has been devastating, but this year's loss is especially crushing. Unlike previous losses to Michigan teams that were national championship contenders, this year's Wolverines were widely regarded as an unremarkable squad, plagued by a mediocre offense, a depleted defense, and a lackluster season overall. Entering the game as 20.5-point favorites, Ohio State had every reason to expect a comfortable victory. Yet Michigan, despite missing key players and suffering from poor performances throughout the season, managed to pull off the upset. The loss was compounded by Michigan players planting their flag at midfield in Ohio Stadium, an act of defiance that ignited a brawl between the two teams. For Ohio State fans, it was an unbearable culmination of failure in a game that once seemed a guaranteed win. Ryan Day's struggles. The loss to Michigan exposed the cracks in Day's leadership. Historically, Ohio State coaches have been judged on two key criteria: beating Michigan and competing for national championships. Day's record, despite its surface-level brilliance, has fallen short in these crucial areas. His lone victory over Michigan came in 2019, and since then, the Buckeyes have been consistently outmatched in the rivalry. More troubling is how Saturday's game undermines Day's supposed strengths. Known for his expertise in developing quarterbacks, Day failed to prepare senior QB Will Howard for the season's most critical game. The offensive line, hampered by injuries but also suffering from years of recruiting and development issues, was another weak point. While the defense, led by coordinator Jim Knowles, performed admirably, it wasn't enough to overcome the offense's inability to score. A new era with the college football playoff. The 2024 season marks the first year of the expanded 12-team college football playoff, which has added a new layer of complexity to Day's situation. Despite the devastating loss to Michigan, Ohio State remains a lock for the playoffs, given their overall record and talent-laden roster. This means Day still has a chance to redeem himself by leading the Buckeyes to a national championship, a feat that would likely secure his position for the foreseeable future. However, anything less than a deep playoff run could seal his fate. Ohio State's boosters